welcome back to the 12 Days of Craftmas. Today we're going to be doing another one of the crafts that I do with the kids in after school. It's really simple, but just like the light bulb advent calendar, you will want to use some discretion on what materials to use depending on how well your kid can use things like glue or staples. For this craft, you'll need construction paper, glue, tape or staples, scissors, a ruler, and a printout of some things that you can either trace or cut out. First, I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to fold it in half, hot dog style. Next, with my ruler, I'm going to measure about 1/2 inch from the bottom of the unfolded side. Now you only really need to make these marks on one side of the paper since it's going to do the same thing on both sides. So this line is just so you know how far you want to cut. You don't want to cut any farther than this, otherwise it's going to make your wreath really hard to put together in the end. Next, with your ruler, you're going to measure every 1/2 inch. Now depending on your age group, you can either already have this done for them, or you can make it easier, like have them make a mark every inch. I know our kids had a little bit of trouble measuring, and so we told them every inch so that they knew to make a mark at every number. The smaller you make your little sections, the better it's actually going to look. However, cutting on every number could be a lot easier for the kids. Next, you're going to take your ruler and you're going to draw lines at every tick mark that you make, stopping at the line that you made on the bottom. Next, you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut down every line that you just make. Make sure that you're cutting from the fold and not from the other side. You also want to make sure you're not going any farther than that line that you made at the very beginning. Once you've cut all the sections, go ahead and open it up. This is the part where you'll really want to use your best judgment depending on the age of the kids and how much time you have to do this craft. Flip it over and you're going to take one of the edges that's not cut and match it up with the other edge. You're going to take both ends and put them together. Now, I personally think stapling works best. And with that center part, you're also going to want to staple. However, depending on the size of the stapler, that might not work. So in this case, I'm just going to use a few very small pieces of tape. If you need to, don't feel bad about pressing down the wreath. It's not going to hurt it. Next, we're going to take our wreath, and with the stapled part in the center, we're going to make a circle. Then we're going to take our stapler, tape, or glue, and staple the middle part together. It may take a little bit of finagling, but in the end, you'll get there. Next, you're going to take your printouts or your extra construction paper and make little baubles to put on the wreath. My kids really liked coloring the sheet, cutting the items out, and then gluing them onto their wreath. However, I like to do a little bit more freehand. Now this is actually a part where I like to use the glue instead of stapling or tape. And just like that, you have a very beautiful homemade wreath. This is one of my new favorite crafts. The after school kids loved it, and I'll definitely be doing it again next year. Next year though, I'm definitely going to give them a little bit more time. We usually allot about 45 minutes for them to do this, and some of them didn't quite understand it. So if you're planning on doing this with a large group of kids and maybe don't have a ton of adults there to help them, I would definitely allot an hour or more for them to do this project. Thank you guys for checking out my 12 Days of Craftmas, and I hope you guys tune in for the next one.